Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Probably going to be charting this and posting it fairly regularly now because it's got such an important chart for the whole of the market. Let's start with the 12-month. This is an absolutely fantastic chart. Now, we could look at it from a log perspective. Still looks impressive. We're going to chart it from a linear chart perspective though. So one of the best charts in the whole of the stock market in the world, really. So very impressive. And if we use Fibonacci levels, we can see that this swing here, let's actually put some magnets on, this swing high to this swing low here, and we do a projection swing, we can see that the swing high to low has actually capped price at the 1.6%. So price did obviously clearly go above that, but it's capping price. So that's something to be mindful of. And because we can see that this technical setup here has been reached using Fibonacci, if we delete this and we look at the retracement of this swing low to the high, and we do the retracement, we've got to be mindful that if we're happy that it kind of projected where price would go that way, that it may also project where price may go on the pullback down to the 23% and possibly even the 38%. Coming back to the 23 or the 38 is still a bullish setup overall. We may have a retracement, but a retracement is part of, so here, big retracement, and that was just part of creating this fantastic annual candle here. So pullback actually could be no bad thing. The other thing we could see is just some sideways consolidation and some sort of, let's get rid of this, some sort of flag that could set up and then off to the races we go. Okay, so got to be mindful that price could come back down here. So one of the things that we can now confidently say is that we can't get too bullish until price gets above this 505, 506 level, the all-time high. So that's an area to watch, and this 23% is also an area to watch. Let's get rid of all these. Let's go down to the weekly chart, because that's where we are most interested in using our algos. Let's put our algo on, and let's get rid of the EMAs, sort of moving averages for now. So this is the range that we're currently trading in. Let's map that out to here to here, and quarter sections. Okay, let's make this a bit tighter. Let's make sure that we're right on that algo derived level, and also here. Okay, so this level here is now going to be our immediate area of interest, and it's clearly now a resistance level. So let's just mark that out. So that's our resistance level now. So we've sold down below the 0.75, and the 480 is the level that we've got to recover to go higher. Let's now map out this intermediate range. We can get rid of the overall algo now, and we can get rid of this. Zooming into price, and we'll drop down to the daily. Okay, so this 480 is definitely our kind of area of interest, and price at the minute is being supported by the 474. So we've got to stay above that, maybe try and consolidate and then maybe test up here. But currently risk is still to the downside. Short term. Yeah, short term. Let's have a look at, well, okay, let's just clearly define our kind of risk areas, which is lose the 47480, the 0.75, this level. If we lose that, then there's a higher probability that we could be going back down to here. So that's something to be wary of. Could we get a bounce and then test the 480, 481 level? That's something to consider on the lower time frames. Clearly, pre-market is suggesting that we kind of might recover some of this, but not really looking for price to get over the 480 immediately. I mean, it could, anything's possible. But this is our kind of trading range, short term. And if we lose the 474, then the probability of shorts working increases, and the shorts towards the 460 is where the kind of level of interest would be. Let's dip it down to there, and let's look at our. Actually, no. Let me just do look at this on a higher time frame in terms of volume momentum. I mean, the weekly volume momentum is looking pretty good, actually. We haven't really dipped out of the range highs. So clearly, there's still a lot of buying interest on a weekly basis. We haven't seen a huge drop. Let's dip it down to the 2-day to see if we've got some falling momentum. Still reasonably okay on a daily. The daily is where we're starting to see kind of erratic movements on the volume momentum. Higher time frame looks okay. Daily not so good. So let's just dip it down to the 4-hour. And we do see that we do have this kind of falling momentum. So something that I'll be watching out for is volume momentum to pick up and recover this trend line. Yeah. So price may follow this falling momentum. Clearly, we've got a kind of could be open up reasonably okay. So we want to see if volume can break this trend line and maybe sort of head up a little bit higher. Something to consider there. Let's get rid of that. Looking like if we do come down to the 0.5, wouldn't be overly aggressive on the short side. Could be some areas here for a bounce, and maybe try again for that 480 if we do come down here. There's no guarantee that we are going to come down, but it's looking we tested this 480 a couple of times and we sold off. So I think 480 is the area to watch. If we can recover that, then maybe we could try going up for these gaps. Up until then, bit of a trading range here, and potentially looking for a bit of lower. We could see some selling into ahead of earnings, and then maybe a pickup into earnings. That's something that is going to be worth watching for, because NVIDIA has got a habit of scaring everybody out ahead of earnings and then kind of ramping things up into earnings. So I'm definitely going to be watching out for that again this time round. So clearly good levels. I think they're good levels for trading ranges, which is we're currently at 0.75. Stay above that, head towards 40, 480, looking for rejections mostly. But if we get above it, then start to look for kind of long setups. Lose the 0.75, mostly looking for shorts to come down to this kind of potential support area down here. Okay, do subscribe. We're going to be doing lots more NVIDIA, and catch up soon.